Hey guys, what is going on? It is me, Mr. Mario, and today I am bringing you a review, the first review in a while, and this is an actual review, but at the same time it's kind of a partial one because technically not all the game is out yet, but I am reviewing episodes 1 and 2 of The Wolf Among Us, which I feel like is more than fair at the moment. Now, first off, in case you don't know, this game is made by Telltale Games, which also did the kind of point-and-click, story-driven style Walking Dead game, which came out, about last year. It was 2012-2013, I want to say, where it started and finished. They also have an upcoming Game of Thrones game, which is going to be in the same style. They are currently doing The Wolf Among Us right now, and they are doing a Walking Dead Season 2. And it is actually the good Walking Dead game, not the Survival Instinct game that came out that was just complete trash. Now, before I get too deep into this review, I do want to say that you are looking at footage of it right now playing on the Xbox 360, which is not the most viable platform to play it on. I have not tried it on PS3, but if you have a PC, I would highly recommend playing it on there if it's capable, because you'll have a much better experience. I got it on 360 because it was on a good sale at the time, and at the time I was playing, I did not have my desktop on me, so I decided to get the season pass through there. Also, I want to just come out and say that I only played through about the first 30 to 40 minutes of episode 1 for this review. Reason being is that this game, of course, is heavily story driven, and due to that, I did not want to show any footage that would potentially spoil the game for any newcomers or anyone interested in it. So all the footage you see here is going to be footage that you would see the first 20 or 30 minutes of playtime. Now, in case you're going into this game blind and you do not know anything about it, don't worry, I was in the exact same situation, just knowing that it was Telltale Games' new game that is out right now. Essentially, this is what it is. You play as a character named Bigby Wolf, and you are in a town in the Bronx, which is pretty much housing many of these fables. And you might be asking what fables are. Fables are characters from short stories and, old fable tales and fairy tales, anything like that from your childhood. So you're going to see characters from Beauty and the Beast, the Three Little Pigs, Red Riding Hood, anything like that. And it is really entertaining to see. You see Colin, who's one of the pigs from the Three Little Pigs. You see Toad. I'm not 100% sure where he's from, to be honest, and I'm not looking it up right now. And of course, you have Bigby Wolf, who is the big bad wolf who ends up being the sheriff in this town, and you have the woodsman in there who is named Woody in here. So everyone is there, and even later on in the game you run into Dee and Dum, who are Tweedledee and Tweedledum from Alice in Wonderland. Now, you might be thinking, okay, this sounds stupid and borderline childish. Why is this game so good and why are you so excited about it? Well, here's the thing. It is all taking place in a more modern and a bit adult setting, and it has a more mature theme to it, which in that makes it awesome. And then couple that with the fact that it is being created in the same style as the Walking Dead games. It is pretty awesome, and it is even getting to the point where it's one of my favorite original games out right now, but it's a bit hard to call it original just due to the fact that it is based on childhood stories. But that is also so appealing too, just because some of the exchanges and some of the actions you see these old characters do is just hilarious and shocking all at the same time.
Shit. Hey, Toad.
My car.
Yeah. Give me a second.
Oh no, by all means. Take your time. Make yourself comfortable.
So, how good is your insurance?
I can't be mad at you. I called you, and you come to help. I can't be mad. But even when you help, things end up more fucked than they started.
Now, one of the first things I want to talk about is the presentation of this game. As you can see, it is a sort of cartoony, cel-shaded art style that you are seeing here, a bit like the Walking Dead game that they produced, except with a even, darker and heavier and more cartoony feel to it, just due to the fact that this is these are based on completely fictional stories, and they do kind of want to throw you into that cartoon mindset. But the presentation is awesome, and another thing with it is that you need to know, you might be asking asking about what's up with the episodes, and people who have played the Walking Dead series are fully aware of this, but this is how the episodes work. Each game is probably about 5 episodes. The Walking Dead was 5 episodes. This game is confirmed to be 5 episodes, and you could get a season pass, which is about $20-$25, I want to say, but if you buy them individually, every episode ends up being $5, and every episode you can beat in about an hour and a half or 2 hours. So overall, you're probably looking at an average of 8 to 10 hours of playtime if you're looking to just either play through the story or even 100% it. But that's how it comes out, and then they come out periodically every few weeks or so. Now, recently, between episode 1 and 2, we did have to wait about 2 or 3 months. That was something going on with Telltale and their end. I'm really not sure what was up. I know they're very busy, though, as they have Walking Dead Season 2 out right now, they have this out, and they are working on a new Game of Thrones game. So they are a very busy studio, but the studio has assured all of their fans that they will never have to wait this long between episodes for this game again. Thankfully, I'm really hoping they stick to their word on that, because this game does like to kind of end in cliffhangers, so if you're waiting 2 or 3 months, then it's gonna get a little hectic. The storyline on this game is completely original, which is why I like to say it is a bit more of an original game. Pretty much there is something going on where there are murders going on around Fabletown, and you as Bigby Wolf have to find out what is going on and who is causing these murders. So it is a detective game, and you do have to find out what's going on, which is quite fun and really adds to the story as well. Now, even if you have not heard these stories as a kid, or you didn't hear them in your culture or anything, that will not affect it at all. The game also has an option where you're able to go in and break down profiles and bios of every character and see how they all are, where they're from, and everything like that. So if you didn't hear these stories when you were a kid, you're really not going to miss out on anything, but the characters are still great, they are still hilarious, and they are still, you know, pretty deep for what they are, actually. So with everything storyline based, I've been very impressed, which is great because, again, as I said, this game is not focusing on anything else really. It's mostly story driven, which because of that, because it is story driven, they make the combat very easy. It is mostly point and click, and you're going to be having to press buttons whenever they pop up and such, so it is a bit of quick time events here and there. But what I'm saying is anybody can pick up and play this game. It's a very easy game to play. It's a very easy game to, you know, just sit down, relax, and play. But even if you just want to watch someone play it, it's very great to watch as well. Now, what I love about this game as well, in addition to it being just so easy to pick up and play, is that you really get immersed in the story just due to the fact that the characters are just so great, and the actors and actresses really get into their roles. They got the voices on point on this game, is what I'm trying to say, and it makes it a very enjoyable experience. One reason why I was really pushed to make this review as well is because when episode 2 came out, I sat down and started playing it, and I accidentally played through the whole thing in one sitting. When you start playing this game, you get really immersed in it, you start having fun, and time just flies when you play it, which thankfully I'm pretty happy they make the episodes as short as they do, because if these were 5 or 6 hours per episode, I would be stuck on the game for 5 or 6 hours at a time. Honestly, the only bad things I might have to say about this game are, one, when it comes to performance, at least on 360, this game, just like The Walking Dead, just does not perform that well on the system. It is playable, but the frame rate is up and down, loading times, you're not going to encounter any freezes or crashes, thankfully, but it does seem like the game is freezing at many points, and in addition to that, just with the edginess and everything, it doesn't flow as smooth as it should, and I just feel like it's because the game is not optimized that well for the 360. It plays better than The Walking Dead at some parts, but it also plays a bit worse at other parts, which is quite annoying, which is why I recommend it. If you really do want the full experience, I would recommend playing it on PC if you do have a capable PC of playing this game. Another thing, this is really the only thing I have against this game in episode 2, is that when it comes to the story, I felt like it was almost too predictable. I was seeing what was going to happen, just listening to the characters' voices, looking at their facial expressions, but I really can't decide if that's a con or not, due to the fact that it might just be me, where I've had a decent amount of experience playing these types of games and I can tell that easily, or maybe because of something in the storyline they wanted you to see and foreshadow what was going on and understand it really easily in episode 2, and they might change it up in episode 3 or 4 or even 5. So that could be an artist's, decision on there. I'm really not sure. That was really my only beef with it. I just knew what was going to happen, at least 30 minutes before it actually happened, and it seemed pretty predictable for season 2, but it might be different for you. All in all, this game looks great, the storyline is excellent on there, I've had a really fun time with it, and there's more content to be coming out, so the support is going to be great, and for the price, $25 overall, it is really cheap for what you are getting. It is really a great deal, and even me replaying this game, I really did enjoy it, and I've had fun, replaying the sections here and there just to get 100% on every episode and see, what characters would say in this instance and whatnot. Because just like The Walking Dead, it is a game where your decisions are going to carry through every single episode unless you decide to go back and change some things or make a new save. Honestly, if you are looking for a good game out right now, which is still going to have some support, which is very easy to play, something that you can just relax and really sit back and enjoy the experience with, I would highly recommend playing this game. But again, I will say this does have a bit of, it has some light humor, it has some dark humor in there, but it also has very mature themes here and there and pretty much throughout the entire game. So don't play it around little kids, and you might not want to play it around your parents if you are younger. Aside from that, what would I recommend with this game? Well, honestly, I think it is one of the best games out right now that you can pick up. The price is great for it, and it's not even finished being made yet. I might do another review following this up once I finish the game, but I'm really deciding on that due to the fact that I might have to include some extra footage here and there that might spoil it for potential people who are wanting to start playing it. But I highly recommend, if you are looking for a great game, as I said, and this interests you from the footage here and from my review, go ahead and pick it up and you will probably not be disappointed with it. Anyways, this is Mr. Mario, signing off. Thank you for watching, everyone.
I need to tell you something.
What is it?
You're not as bad as everyone says you are. I'll see you around, Wolf.